Ads are so annoying. They're everywhere and often interrupt your favorite series, TV show, sports, video, movies, songs, even games and applications. Wouldn't it be great if everything went ad-free and those pesky ads disappeared? How would the world be without ads? Keep watching because in today's video, we'll tell you what would happen in such a scenario. Hint: marketers spent about $189 billion on advertising in the US in 2019 and $592 billion worldwide. Picture the human cost within the ad industry alone if the spending went away. The world wouldn't be as pleasant as you would imagine it to be. And just so we're making things clear, we're not referring to the world before advertising. It's our world, the way it is now, just without advertising. So let's begin. Firstly, social media would either shut down or you would have to start paying a high fee for using it. Yeah, that may sound like a nightmare, but social media sites like Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and Twitter rely on ad revenues to run. Without banner ads, AdWords, and sponsored links, these websites would either stay small or close down completely. They would become crippled by server and manpower costs, and the investors would see no reason to invest in these companies. The only way that they'd keep running is if they started charging their users a high subscription fee. Second, without alluring advertisements, consumers would buy less. They'd also be much less informed and make more inefficient purchases. This in turn would result in less innovation, as people rely on what they already know, not the new information they gain from advertisements. The economy would in turn contract, with multipliers exacerbating permanently lower consumption. It would be decades before we'd return to the level of economic output we experience right now. People would buy products based on genuine need, recommendation, or impulse. They would buy things they see in shops. If it's not at the shop they go to, they won't see it, so they won't buy it. They would buy services from providers close by, usually those recommended by friends or family. Unless someone they already know persuades them, they probably won't switch brands. They would tend to buy on price, unless they have a good reason not to. If their friends don't buy something, they probably won't buy it either. But people would miss out on products and services available and affordable that could ease their pain, enhance their lives, and delight their children. They would live their whole lives without ever even knowing these products exist. Products would deteriorate in quality and be packaged in plain packaging. It would be like the former Soviet Union, where factories did not advertise their products either. If you wanted them, you went into the store and bought whatever was on the shelf. Without advertising, there'd be no way for consumers to compare what products are better. This means manufacturers can make deals with retailers for exclusive distribution deals, and retailers would accept them since there's no consumer pressure to carry other brands because they're unaware there are other brands since there's no advertising. It would be easier for a big company to form monopolies, since competitors cannot advertise. Some backroom deals with suppliers and distributors can make it easy to put competitors out of business. And without advertising, no one will even know the new company or product or service even exists, making it almost impossible to launch. These big companies would start increasing their prices, reducing the quality of their services, and treating their employees poorly. Television channel bills would increase by a huge margin and the number of channels would go down drastically. Currently, television channels rely a lot on ad revenue to keep their operations running. Without ad revenue, networks would have to rely entirely on consumers for income, either directly via streaming or indirectly via your pay TV provider. So in the end, it's the consumer who would have to foot the bill to keep the channels running. Content would come at a cost, and with no advertisers to invest in newspapers and magazines, some may not be able to afford to run. Internet conversation in communities would be fewer and more expensive. Choice of content would be more limited, and you might not get any free news at all. If a variety of publications couldn't afford to run, we could also be in danger of being exposed to only one mindset and one voice. Another thing that would happen is that consumers and customers will be empowered to make their own choices without being manipulated by unnecessary ads. Your mobile will no longer have any display ads, and your laptop screens can be crystal clear. No more buzzing images, no more suggestions. No more desperately shaking tags and images screaming, "Buy me!" Social media, which is paid for now, will allow you to have a frank discussion about brands, and your choice of purchase can be purely based on your peers' recommendation or your own choice. You'd be healthier, as you'd walk down to the store and find out if there's any items on sale, since your mailbox will no longer be filled with all the product catalogs. The creative industry will practically collapse. There would be no marketers or advertisers, no creative agencies or in-house marketing managers, no creative directors, social strategists, and brand guardians. An entire industry would cease to exist. The writers and designers of the world might become novelists, musicians, and artists. They would be the product designers, the storytellers, and the reporters. There wouldn't be a need to think up great logos, brand names, brand values, and create promotional activity because everything would look the same. Finally, streets would only have names and traffic signs with no more disturbing billboards and giant posters of creatively done but distracting images. Broadway and Times Square would finally have no neon signs advertising various brands and will only feature non-commercial information people truly want. Imagine a drab, gloomy Times Square devoid of giant Coke bottles, large screens, and hulking M&Ms. Sounds gloomy, doesn't it? Do you find advertisements annoying? Do you think that they should even exist? Let us know in the comment section below. Enjoyed this video? Hit like, share, and subscribe to Curiosity. Wait! Why not fulfill your curiosity by watching these other awesome videos? Go ahead, choose the left or the right video and enjoy.